For all of you people out there with senses of humor that are not approved by the Canadian Ministry of Humor, Chip Zdarsky is actually their star pupil. This was supposed to be, you can literally break it down. There was a setup right here, and there was a punchline right here, and this was the denouement. Chip Zdarsky, on a formerly flagship character, can we say that tens of thousands of people would love to have his job? He's like, I've got the funniest joke ever, and I've never heard his voice, but I guarantee it's effeminate and sing-songy, and like snide all the time. He's like, oh, I'm snide. I'm snide.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Saladino. So yesterday I put out this community post. Yesterday at the time of this recording, I put out this community post. Mary Jane Watson is Mary Jane Watson. This is Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler. I can't get over her shoulders. I actually went to look for this image for her deflated cheeks, right? But her shoulders are just like, this is insane. They clearly designed MJ to be trans friendly. I mean, obviously, you know, she's shaped like a 2x4 with these shoulders, but looking at this particular image, it's like, man, I watched Kyle beat the game a couple of weeks ago on stream, and in the comments, people were saying, man, you know, look at those deflated cheeks, blah, 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 right? So the reason why I went looking for this image now, though, is because I want to do a video about the Scream boss fight. And at the end of the fight, a certain point when MJ comes to her relative senses, she gets a call from J. Jonah Jameson, the man she despises that she works for just to make Peter Parker happy or whatever, right? J. Jonah Jameson, for some reason, is hooping and hollering, complaining about her not being there to give him, I think, apple fritters or something like that. So she quits, and she tells him to kiss her ass. And I'm like, what ass? So I wanted to get this image so that I could add that to the video. I still intend to do the video. Like I said, I don't know how relevant Spider-Man's going to be in the next week or so, but I'm still going to do these videos as like an autopsy. I think this is the end of AAA gaming. In some ways, Spider-Man 2 Electric Boogaloo is worse than The Last of Us Part 2. Last of Us Part 2 is what radicalized me. But this is the like final nail in the coffin. And what's sad about all of this is how I knew when I posted this, I knew what was going to happen. And it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, at least because I don't think I'm just getting that many views on the community posts. But I was thinking of just posting the image and not saying anything and just letting people project onto it, you know, because it's obvious what the issue is when you look at this picture. But I was just waiting. I was thinking, rather, I'll just post it and not say anything. But it would look like bait. It would look like the people who are against anyone complaining and criticizing the way women are designed these days would take it as bait. So I said, okay, I'll just post what I'm really thinking. I'll just go ahead and add this caption. I think it's funny because that's the first thing I thought when I looked at MJ's shoulders, was like, man, she looks like Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler or something. This is ridiculous. So I posted what I posted. And sure enough, the one comment that I got regarding my first community post was just some random person saying, it's a fictional character, calm down. Now, I didn't say anything excitable. I just pointed out, look how hideous this looks. And yet you get that typical smug response. I did a whole video on it. I may have to redo it because it didn't get many views. And this, to me, one of my better videos. But the one about the RE4 cat ears and the infinite smugness of online interaction, engagement, how you complain about things that are like objectively worth complaining about, worth talking about, worth criticizing. And you're constantly getting people not just arguing with you or disagreeing with you, but smugly dismissing the fact that you even brought it up. It's a fictional character, calm down. The reason why we have fictional characters looking like this is because of people like this guy. I'm assuming it's a guy. This guy loses his mind over big-breasted waifus, right? People like that get mad at big-breasted waifus. So we have all these women who flooded into the industry, these feminists, who pretend to be concerned about women being harmed in society and, you know, relating that to just, you know, fictional women being attractive. Everybody knows what men want typically in entertainment, especially geek entertainment and like AAA games. You want action, you want adventure, you want cool heroes, you want sexy women. This whole over-sexualization thing, it's a myth. It's just something that, in objectification too, is something that words that they use to demonize men and what they like. And again, they never have a real argument. They're just smug. And they lack so much self-awareness that, so after I got the reply about calm down, And I'm like, yeah, I'm not excited about this. I'm just pointing it out. But you're the reason why we have this, because you can't calm down. You can't just mind your business and let people enjoy a game with a sexy woman in it. You're not protecting society by having ugly women in video games. There's wars and stuff happening right now. Ugly MJ is not going to change it. It's not going to stop it. So then I do a new post and I go, all you have to do is post pictures of Insomniac's deliberately terrible MJ design, and you're going to have weirdos crawling out of the woodwork to smugly project their own issues with women by telling you to calm down, when they're the reason these characters look like this in the first place, because they lose their minds whenever a woman is mildly feminine looking. It's especially funny when it's men caping for stuff like this. We need to get the microplastics out of the water. I can't get into the whole microplastics thing. So I make that post, and what do I get? Some idiot. And like I said, this has to be AI, because I can't believe people lack this self-awareness, right? I know that the big mental health issues that I talk about when I say the reason why we're getting such bad entertainment is because of people with mental health issues. And I never even really mean gender dysphoria. I'm talking more like autism, anxiety especially, and narcissism. This thing where you just completely lack self-awareness. I do the new post and I say, you're projecting your own issues when you tell somebody to calm down when they're not losing their mind. And I know it's not me. I know I'm not crazy. I may be crazy, but I know I'm not crazy about this, because I watched Griffin Gaming a couple of days ago. He had posted about Miles Morales being, the main Spider-Man in the Insomniac universe going forward. And he did a community post apparently where he said, see, this is what I was talking about in my review. This is what other people are saying. It's clear Miles is who they consider Spider-Man. And they do everything they can to push Peter Parker out of the way. So this is not a surprise that they're saying this. Tons of people in the comments of his post were telling him that he was crying, that he was getting mad over nothing. He usually makes fun of the anti-woke people, and now he's joined them, all this stuff. Nothing that he said in that post was excitable. He literally was just stating facts. And yet they still try to project onto him by saying he's the one getting mad and losing it and crying and he needs to touch grass, that kind of thing. So anyway, like I said, in my post, I respond with, you project this, telling me to calm down, but you're the one who is the reason we have stuff like MJ looking like Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler. Some other guy pops up in the response talking about, imagine getting mad because a game character isn't cute or hot, but ugly. That's some not touching grass mentality right there. And it's like, did you even read this sentence before you hit post? You don't see anything inherently wrong with this? Forget the fact that you're so smug that you can't help but do the very thing that I say people like you do by replying smugly and projecting your issues onto me. But why are you defending an ugly character? Like, what are you getting out of it? Do you have gender dysphoria or something? Are you trans and you don't like the fact that most men like women? This is a visual medium. Why would you think it's acceptable to have an ugly character in a game like this when the character is supposed to be the love interest to the main hero? Then you get this other person who I think is genuinely mentally ill. He goes, she looks fine for the story they're telling. I do have preferences for how MJ's character is adapted, but I thought it was fine here. Not sure how you came to that conclusion. That's the worst part. The it's fine is it's BS response. Kyle's mentioned that too. He's talked about that in other videos where people keep doing this. It's fine. She looks fine. No, she doesn't. But the part where not sure how you came to that conclusion, like there's something wrong with your eyesight and something's wrong with the way your brain processes images. If you can look at MJ, shoulders like a man, no ass. She's supposed to be Mary Jane Watson. She's supposed to be the love interest to a straight man. And Peter Parker is giving up being Spider-Man for this.
Chip Zdarsky is not just a man who thinks it's cute to act like a kid. He's also, I'm guessing, straight as an arrow, who thinks it's cute to act like a 1990s sitcom gay guy. Really annoying. So then they go to, I forget this guy's name, Mason. He's the Tinkerer's brother, and you can tell he's the Tinkerer's brother because he looks nothing like the Tinkerer. So then the Flamer, you're going to make Johnny Storm that effeminate and then have a flame on us. Okay, fine. So then they walk into the lab unannounced. I'm going to read you this dialogue. It's painful, but I'm not making this up. Mason, old friend, old chum. You old so-and-so. It's me, Spider-Man. I was in your friendly neighborhood, and I thought I'd drop. Then all these things start shooting him. I think just because, I think he knew it wasn't an intrusion. He's just like, I freaking hate this jagoff. I thought I was going to meet cool people when I started helping out superheroes. So then he goes, and, Mason, heroes, we're heroes. Some of us not recognized as such despite our excellent track record, but still. Okay, so are you in trouble or are you not? Are you being shot or what? Are you scared or are you not scared?